Hello, my name is Philip Van Cleve, the president of the Virginia Citizens Defense League, VCDL, and I want to talk to you about Lobby Day coming up on Monday. By now, you've probably seen a list of the gun control bills that have been introduced so far this year. Gun and magazine bans, sin taxes on guns and ammunition, no carry in restaurants that serve alcohol, having to be fingerprinted to get a new or renewed permit, no guns if you're under 21, uh, training to be harder and more expensive to get if you want to get a concealed handgun permit, and much more. A whole lot of stuff fixing problems that don't exist, and some of it just mean spirited. Yes, we hope the governor will veto the bad bills that make it to his desk. But it's better if we can stop the bills before they even get there, or at least minimize the number that get on his desk. We don't want all of our eggs in one basket where he is our only line of defense against this stuff becoming law, mostly unconstitutional law. But it takes a long time to fight these laws in court. If we stop those bills from getting very far, it's just better. To do that, we need a big turnout for Lobby Day. We need people to show up. Lobby Day is the most important event and day for VCDL each year. It's when gun owners across the state get together to send a strong and clear message to the General Assembly and the governor that we want our gun rights protected and restored to where they should have been in the first place. Lobby Day starts at 8 a.m. and ends at 2 p.m. with a rally from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. We want to pack the General Assembly building, which is a new building. None of you have been in there before. This is much bigger. It's a beautiful building. Lots of elevators now, a lot of room. It's going to be very different than the previous General Assembly building and the temporary one that we were in for the last 3 or 4 years. But because of its size, we need a lot of people in there. So when delegates and senators are walking around the halls, they see everywhere is packed with gun owners with their gun saves live stickers to identify them. We want to do the same thing, pack the rally that's coming up between 10 and 11. On the inside where you unfortunately have to be disarmed, but we need people there in Capitol Square, and we need people that are armed on the surrounding street, 9th Street and part of Bank Street, where you can legally be armed. So let's talk a little bit about that. You can not have any kind of gun or pepper ball launcher or pepper spray inside the General Assembly or the Capitol buildings. However, you can have a knife with less than a 3-inch blade, such as the VCDL knife here that we sell. It's 2 point, kind of hard to see, and they're 2.94 inches long. And you measure from the tip of the blade to the shank, right where the steel hits the body of the knife. Even if some of the steel of the knife isn't, that doesn't have an edge on it, doesn't matter. You measure from the tip right to where the body of the shank of the knife starts. In case you want to bring one of your own, it cannot be 3 inches or more. Now, if you're going to carry in the Capitol Square area, then you can have a outside pepper ball, pepper spray, or of course a knife like this there outside on the 9th Street and part of Bank Street. They're going to close those streets off, and 9th Street from Broad all the way down to Bank Street. The streets are closed. You can carry with a firearm in there. Just don't step on the sidewalk that's attached to Capitol Square, but you can be on the opposite sidewalk or in the street since it's closed. You can also be on 9th Street. You can go into Bank Street up to the barriers that they've got right in front of you can go all the way into the area where the Commonwealth Hotel is, and guns can be in that area as well. And you'll be right behind the Lobby Day rally, and on 9th Street you'll be alongside of it. And we're hoping that for the rally, we'll be able to get the speakers aimed in such a way that those of you on the street will be able to hear it. And of course, all of those that are inside Capitol Square that are actually part of the rally directly will obviously be able to hear. But it is critically important that we fill the General Assembly with people. And I'm sorry, it means you have to be disarmed to do that, and disarmed from firearms to go into the Capitol Square for the rally. But we did that in 2020, and that's what made that gorgeous picture of all those people inside the fence, thousands and thousands that were unarmed, but were surrounding the speakers. And then outside, all the streets were jammed with gun owners carrying guns. That picture was absolutely incredible. And it would not have been nearly as powerful if nobody had bothered to go into the gun-free zone that was the fenced-in area back then. It would have looked very odd. We'd have had a bunch of people in the back of the picture on the other side of the fence in an empty area and a bunch of people speaking up on a hill to nobody in particular. We don't want that image. So we need your help to do that. I hate being disarmed as much as you do. I have to do it all the time now going into General Assembly. But we've got to win this battle, and we've got to do whatever is necessary to do that. Buses those of you taking buses, those buses are going to arrive at 8th Street, and they'll let you off right near the bus where you can check your guns. That's where the bus will be, on 8th Street between Franklin and Grace. In that area, that's where the bus will be, where you can check your guns, go attend the rally, go into the General Assembly, and then come over and get them. It's just one street over, and it's like a half a block, if that much distance. It's very close to the Capitol. It's really right there. And there's a little alleyway you can walk down right through there. So you won't have to climb the hill or anything if you're coming in on the bus. Those of you that are driving in, again, the bus is located right there between Grace and Franklin on 8th Street. You check your guns there, go in. And for those that are going to stay on the street and not become a part of the rally or directly or go into the General Assembly, then you can just, you don't need to check your gun and you can go on in and stay on the streets and only. We have a map on the website that shows you, again, visually exactly where you can carry and where you can't around the General Assembly. Okay, the General Assembly you're going to enter, those of you going in, you'll enter on Broad Street. So on the north side of the General Assembly building at Broad and 9th, on Broad Street side, you'll go in. You'll go through the metal detectors, and at that point, you're in the building. If you wanted to go to the Capitol for some reason, there's a tunnel, and you can go there to the Capitol and back without going through any more searches. No more metal detectors. It's only if you leave the building and go outside, or either at the Capitol or at the General Assembly building, that you have to go through security again. They do have food now. They have places you can eat in the General Assembly building. So now you don't have to leave the building to go get something to eat and come back. You can get a meal there if you want one. They have a few different places you can eat. If you're not part of a team, or if were on a team, but the team didn't go to any of your legislators or didn't go to both of them, either way, you need to go to your legislator's office in the building. Whoever your delegate and your senator is, you need to go there. And the protocol is you approach the secretary outside their office and indicate that you want to meet with the delegate or the senator, and then she'll take it from there about letting you know who's available. And it may be you have to go to the aide first, and the aide may then take you into the room where the delegate or senator is, or you may just meet with the aide, which is okay. That's fine. They'll relay the information you give, or you may have to come back if for some reason maybe they're busy with other people in there. It's going to be a lot of people in the building, I expect. So that's sort of the protocol. Be sure to sign the guest book if you go there, to make sure that to remind them that you were there. If you're a constituent, that you came and you were very much interested in protecting your rights. And when you speak to them, speak passionately. Always be polite, of course, but you can be passionate. You can tell them why the gun control laws are bad and how they affect you, and and why you want your rights restored to where they should be, why you want constitutional carry and so forth. Whatever it is, pick your top two things maybe that you want to have them support, and pick the top two or three things you want them to oppose, the worst of the worst. You don't have forever to talk to them, so try to let it roll. But maybe 5 minutes or something, cover everything, because everybody's gonna be busy. If you do happen to speak in a committee that day, I don't know if there'll be any committees. There could be. We won't know until maybe that morning. But if we have people going to committees, either then or maybe you'll come, which we would hope. If you're in the area, if you can come during the week when there are meetings being held, and we'll tell you on VA Alert when that happens. If you can show up to show support, if we can pack a room, that's all the better. And if you do, you have a chance to speak. A couple notes on that. When you talk to a committee, it's a monologue, not a dialogue. So you say what you want to say, but you can't ask a question and expect them to respond. It's a one way. They listen, you talk. Now, they might ask you a question. That is possible. Somebody on the committee would say, Mr. Jones, let me ask you a question. Why is it that carry in a restaurant is so important to you? And then you can answer. But you always address the chair. So in that case, you might say, well, Mr. Chair, I would tell the delegate that the reason I want to carry in a restaurant is I eat a lot, and I think the parking lots could be dangerous. Crime happens, and I want whatever your reason is, you can then give it. But generally, you're not in a dialogue like that. It's usually just a monologue. And so when your time is up, stop talking. If we're in a situation where they say everybody's got a total of 3 minutes to present their side, then be sure and not gobble up everybody else's part of that 3 minutes. Pick something short and be quick and to the point about your comments. But be respectful, be calm, and so forth. And by the way, I highly recommend that you dress business casual or a business type dress. That's the way the delegates and senators are going to be. It shows respect for the process, and in turn, you'll get more respect and be, I think, listened to better. It's just the nature of human beings that if you're dressed nicely and you come across professionally, you're going to get a whole lot further than if you don't do that. So it's worth the time for gentlemen to put on a tie and a coat, not have to be super formal, but business if you can. If there's no way you can do that and you want to come, that's fine. We'll take you. But if you can, please dress business casual. The rally is going to be at the bell tower starting at 10, so you need to be out of the building and heading down there if you're going to attend. And the bell tower is down on the far south side of Capitol Square, almost to the Commonwealth Hotel. You'll see the bell tower on the right. It's right along 9th Street, and we'll be right next to it, speaking probably in the northern direction. Hopefully we'll have a speaker aimed out so the people in the street on 9th Street that are carrying or on that part of Bank Street will be able to hear the rally going on. We have some wonderful speakers coming. We have got top-notch gun rights people that'll be there. And you really be a great opportunity to meet Jared with Guns and Gadgets, Dan Wass, Eric Pratt, Cam Edwards. I mean, it's some really well-known people that are in the fight. They'll be there speaking. They'll give you an opportunity for some selfies and a chance to shake hands and thank them for their efforts. We'll have some delegates and senators speaking as well. Good chance to talk to them directly. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully I've covered most of your questions that you might have on this. I look forward to seeing you all there. I'll certainly be there all day. I'm really hoping we have the big turnout. This is well worth it. They're not holding back. They are coming for our guns, and we have a chance to turn the ship around. Yeah, the governor may be there, and we may count on him. We may have to count on him for some of this, but we need to do our part, and we need to do what we can to stop these bills before they go that far. So thank you for listening. I'm sorry it went a little long, but a lot to cover. And I will hopefully see you on Monday. Thank you. Bye.